Uh, we are in Crow's Nest. These are Bay Tinh restaurants, and we just opened here in November last year. And I'm actually the owner, and I run the restaurant.
Wow, and what is your name?
Harry is my name.
Harry. Wow. Okay. Now, Harry, I've just got a couple of quick questions. You say that you're the owner of Bay Tinh.
Yep.
Where was Bay Tinh originally?
The Bay Tinh originally is in Marrickville, in Victoria Road, Marrickville, and it actually created by the man. His name Bay Tinh. That's what the restaurant named after him. He was a head chef for the Prime Minister in Vietnam back in before 1975, and Bay Tinh in the 80s is one of the first formal Vietnamese restaurant in Sydney, and having served for a lot of people, and people are very happy place for to gather a lot of people. Yeah.
And so, how did you come about?
I was a bold person, the same as Mr. Bay Tinh. In the 80s, when I first came to Australia, I actually got a period working in one of the famous Vietnamese restaurants in Clip. That's where Mr. Bay Tinh is worked there, and I known of him. And later on, I frequent visit Bay Tinh in Marrickville as one of his clients. But after the few years working, about 2 years in the restaurant, as a part-time job, because at the time I studied my second degree, and later on I went out and do my my professional job for about 20 years without touching restaurant. Coincidentally, in 2006, I met Mr. Bay Tinh, and one thing led to the other. I ended up bought his business.
So that was about 6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's Bay Tinh in Marrickville.
Yes.
Why Crow's Nest?
We opened in Crow's Nest because in our database we got about 1,000 clients who are living in North Shore, and they keep writing to us. They keep telling us that why don't you open in North Shore, because we keep had to travel to Marrickville to eat your food, and because we always think that the Bay Tinh restaurant provide a very unique food. I have to say very unique. Not a lot of Vietnamese restaurants in Sydney serve the same kind of food. And because we are in Marrickville, not a lot of people who have an opportunity to taste that food. So it is a chance to, number one, basically we thank our client from North Shore who have supporting Bay Tinh in the last 25 years. So we bring it in here, make it easy for them, but also we want that as a place where we can introduce our food, appeal, formal Vietnamese food to a wider audience. Because a lot of people are misunderstanding about Vietnamese foods. People often think of Vietnamese food as a pho. They only think of Vietnam food as a fast food, a bowl of noodles, or a bowl of grilled meat, or the plate of the grilled meat. But actually Vietnamese food is far more than that. We have a very formal dishes, and Vietnamese food I can just say that it is a cross. It's very similar. It's fresh. It's not raw as a Japanese food, but it's not oily as a Chinese food, and it's not too hot and spicy as a Thai food. We provide the food which I can call the Vietnamese food is very clean taste foods. The food that it infusing a lot of flavor, and all the flavor come from the very fresh produce, either the fresh herb, fresh spicy, and especially the one thing unique about Vietnamese food is we don't rely on the sauce, because with Vietnamese food we don't have a heavy sauce, we don't have a heavy spicy. So every quality the meat we are using in our cooking has to be a premium meat, because otherwise it will show on the dish, because we haven't got the salt to cover for. And so that is the uniqueness of the Vietnamese food, which a lot of people, especially Western people, a lot of them know, but a lot of them don't know about the food. So that is one of my ambitions, is to introduce the food wider, so that people can understand where the Vietnamese food comes from, the history of the food, and the taste of the food, and to know how to enjoy the food.
That's wonderful. I think it's a wonderful way to end the interview. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Thank you.